KI Radio.
The home of cool music and awesome vibes.
So let's welcome Robynn Powers in the air chair with us. Hey, Robynn,
Hey, thanks for having me.
how are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How about you?
I'm doing well. It's sunny side up in the Miami-Dade County area, and I'm just really excited in the information that you have to share with us today. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is it?
All right. So, Robynn, could you tell us about yourself, please?
My name is Robin. I am a health coach for busy moms. I help those moms that are struggling to look and feel their best and keep up with their families, their busy lives, their busy schedules. And I help them make it not complicated and overwhelming so they can feel good without feeling like it's really a chore to maintain. They can, get the results they want, and it can be sustainable and lifelong.
Oh, wow. Awesome. Why go on this journey? Why decided to be this sort of coaching from work, I should say, why help moms?
Why help moms? I'm a mom myself. I have 4 kids, and I
Mm-hmm.
just feel like moms tend to put themselves on the back burner to serve everybody else. I'm passionate about helping them because they're less likely to help themselves,
Mm-hmm.
to give them that push to make them realize that they're worth it, they deserve it, and that they should, it helps everybody really if they help themselves. And I know what it's like. Like I said, I'm a mom, and I know what it's like to not feel your best, and that it's not inevitable. You don't have to settle for that. You can do simple things that work in your life, and it doesn't take away from, being a mom. And you can look and feel your best.
Awesome. So, guys, this is going to be a part one and part two because Robyn has some incredible information here. And, I just thought it would be cool for her to share it with the public. So, we're going to be talking about how sleep habits may be sabotaging your health weight loss goals. What do we mean by this, Robyn?
What I mean by this is sometimes, especially as moms, we feel like sleep needs to kind of be sacrificed so that
Mm-hmm.
we can get more done or have our me time. Um, and at the same time, we want to have energy, we want to feel good. And maybe we don't realize that sacrificing even just a little bit of sleep, we're just, if we could just get a little bit more, it's doing a lot more. It's having a bigger impact on our overall well being than we actually realize.
Oh, awesome. Gentlemen, any questions for Lady Robyn?
Um, Dwight here. Good afternoon, Lady Pause. Um, do you adjust according to the amount of children you have, or you just work with one system only?
I'm not sure I understand the
No,
question.
no.
Do I?
In reference to the mothers, depending on
Mhm.
how many children they have, do you implement the same system to each mother, or it depends on the amount of children they have?
It doesn't really depend on how many children they have. Each,
Mm.
mom that I work with is individual, right? So it's not any cookie cutter thing. It's working with what works in their life and their schedule.
Oh, thank you.
King Gav, any questions for Robyn? I guess
Hi,
not yet.
Robin. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Hi, Robin. How can losing weight help with my health?
How can losing weight help
Yeah.
with your health?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think it's no secret that having excess weight can put you
Yeah.
at higher risk for different diseases, heart disease, diabetes, even depression and Alzheimer's, which they now call diabetes
It's,
3.
yeah.
So yeah, and cancer. There's so many lifelong chronic diseases have to do with having excess weight. But I don't think excess weight is the problem. It's a symptom of other underlying issues.
Issues. Thanks. Um,
How does
well, yeah.
how does not getting enough sleep can affect your weight loss plan?
So when you're not getting enough sleep, there's several different things going on. So first of all, we all know if we don't get enough sleep, we're tired, right? We don't have the energy that we want to have, which then kind of sabotages everything in our life because we're too tired to maybe do the things we had planned to keep ourselves healthy, like working out. If you wake up and you had planned to work out, but you're like, oh my gosh, I'm too tired to do that, you're more likely to skip it, right? Or if you
Mm-hmm.
had planned on cooking healthy meals or planning out your week, doing some meal prep, but you just are too tired to do it, you're just be like, no, forget it. I can't do it this week. I'm skipping it. So that's another, kind of a downfall of just being too tired. But then there's other things going on too. If you're not getting enough sleep, your cortisol levels go up. Even if you don't feel stressed, your cortisol levels, which are your stress hormones, go up just from not having enough sleep. And that puts you at higher risk for different health issues too. Like I said, the heart disease,
Mm-hmm.
and diabetes, and kind of all those ones I named before.
Yeah.
Just having that, but then you also probably feel more stress in your life because you're not getting things done either
Yeah. I
as
was about to
efficiently as
say,
you want,
right.
or um, just in the timing that you want.
Right.
So those are two of the things that happen. And then also when you lack energy, you tend to try to make up for that by adding in some extra caffeine or some, with coffee, energy drinks, or adding some sugary foods that all kind of give
Mm-hmm.
you a little energy boost. But then in the long run, that really causes you to have a energy crash as well, which isn't helpful. And then that cycle just keeps continuing. You rely on the
That's
energy boost, but
yeah.
then it keeps you up and keeps you from sleeping. And it's kind of an endless cycle.
So is there a difference between lack of quality sleep and healthy habits?
Absolutely. If you don't get the sleep you need, I've already talked about how you're less likely to work out, you're less likely to plan ahead those healthy meals and other activities that you had, on your calendar. But also, it actually messes up your hormones. Like I said, the cortisol, that increases cortisol. So you're dealing with that, which I don't know if you know, cortisol makes your body store fat, especially in the midsection where none of us want it, right?
Yeah.
And then
Mm-hmm.
you also have hormones like ghrelin and leptin, and those have to do with your hunger. The ghrelin increases your cravings,
Yes.
specifically usually for sweets and fats.
Yes.
Those foods that we're trying to not eat so much of, our body now is telling us go eat those
Oh
because
my
we didn't get
God.
enough sleep.
Soda.
Yeah.
Soda, eating and drinking the extra calories and sugar, right? And then also it's lowering our leptin, which is the hormone that tells us we're full and satisfied. So not only are we craving more of the sugar and fat, but now we need to eat more of it to satisfy ourselves. So yeah, those are three of the hormones that are really impacted by not getting enough sleep. It does not make it easier.
Before I go to the gentleman, so we talk about stress, we talk about sleep, we talk about hormones, we talk about health. So how um how is stress and lack of sleep related to health? How are they health related?
Like I said, like you're not going to be healthier if your hormones are all out of whack. Another part of that is not getting enough sleep. When you're sleeping, that's when your body kind of recharges and rests
Mm-hmm.
and removes
Right.
toxins from your body. So if you're not getting that rest, that's not happening. So I mentioned things
Mm-hmm.
like cancer. We know that
Yes.
cancer is due to inflammation, chronic inflammation, and, things in our bodies that aren't supposed to be there. And so
Yes.
if we're not clearing those toxins out, then we're putting ourselves at higher risk for things like cancer and Alzheimer's, dementia, among a host of other things.
So gentlemen, any questions for Lady Robynn?
Do you think low self-esteem has anything to do with this? Like relating to like sleep, health-wise?
Absolutely. There's definitely a connection between not
Yeah,
getting enough sleep and depression. So I'm
mhm,
sure that, other mood disorders would go along with that. Obviously, if you're depressed, you don't have the highest self-esteem.
yeah,
But yeah, it definitely affects our moods. Cortisol, and stress, that affects our mood.
yeah, yeah,
Not getting enough sleep makes us irritable. And, if we're not happy in general, we're probably not that happy with ourselves and don't
right,
think that highly of ourselves.
right. Yeah, thanks, Isaac. Do I?
Any more questions, gentlemen?
Um, how do you? I have the habit. I've developed a habit of going to sleep like 3 o'clock in the morning. How do I return to quote unquote normal sleeping hour?
If
Or is
you,
some,
if
or is something in the way that I'm not aware of?
So, the funny thing is, I recently read a book about chronotypes, and it talks about how different people genetically are prone to different sleep times. So it's really interesting. So it's kind of helpful to figure out which one you are. So maybe you are a late night sleeper, but unfortunately, the way society is structured, it doesn't fit everybody's needed kind of sleep times. We're kind of forced into societal schedules, right? 9 to 5 or whatever it may be. So it's hard to go to bed in the middle of the night and then usually have to be up. So my best tips for getting back to a normal sleep schedule and getting your 7 to 9 hours of sleep,
Mhm.
obviously it goes along with your family schedule, your work schedule, but you have to pay attention to things like getting daylight during the day so that your body naturally knows that it's daytime. And so when nighttime comes around, you feel more tired. Having a consistent bedtime routine will help you get to bed, at a certain time, and, certain things that you do right before bed. Something I
Mm-hmm.
do is drink herbal tea. And that helps your body realize, oh, okay, this is time to unwind, time to get ready to sleep. Turning off those TVs and devices with the blue lights at least a couple hours before bedtime. Otherwise, your body thinks it's, oh, daytime, I'm alert, not time to go to sleep. So there's several different ways that you can kind of help your body know when it's time to be awake and when it's time to sleep and get on a consistent schedule.
But really and truly, Robin, how much sleep is enough?
Like I said, 7 to 9 hours of sleep tends to be the general rule. It's going to be different based off individual needs.
Yeah,
um, and time. So what I tell people is, you kind of have to play around with it. Get 7 hours of sleep. How did you feel?
Mm-hmm.
Did you feel refreshed afterwards? If not, you might have to up that a little bit. Try 7.5, go all the way up to 9 and see what really works for you. Because the same amount of sleep isn't going to work for everybody.
yeah.
Gentlemen, any questions for Robin?
I don't know.
Not for now. I'll just continue to listen.
So could you leave with the public some general tips on how to improve your quality, slash quantity of sleep?
Sure. So, like I said, consistent sleep times are really important. It'd be wonderful if you didn't need the alarm clock in the morning to wake up because your body is just on that natural schedule. You'd sleep so much better. Eating before bed makes it really hard to get good quality sleep. So even if you're getting enough, if your body is digesting instead of working on healing and clearing the toxins, then you're not going to get the quality of sleep that you need. And then also, like I said, turning off the devices. I think that's a big one for a lot of
Yeah.
us now. We're trying, we think we're like winding down by
Yeah,
watching TV or scrolling on our
a
phones, but it
phone, yeah,
really, yeah, but it really actually sabotages us because it makes our bodies think it's daytime and then we're alert and then we can't go to sleep or
yeah.
can't turn our brains off, right? So
Yeah, I think
those are
that's one
three of
of my
them.
main problems because I'm up like for 4 hours, for 4 hours sleep at night, and that's it for me. I
Yeah.
don't think
Oh.
that's a good thing.
I could not live on that.
Yep,
So, Robin, how can persons reach out to you,
They can
in
find me
particularly our
on
moms, the moms
mhm,
out there?
oh yeah, they can find me on my website. It's simplyembellishedlife.com. Um, and I also have actually a 15 ways to improve sleep checklist for anybody who wants it. So some of the tips that I
definitely,
said, but then there's some more on there if you're interested in
definitely,
improving your quantity and quality of sleep.
definitely.
Wow, awesome. Robin, we're going to invite you to come back for part two as we talk about the first steps into getting unstuck in your weight loss journey.
Awesome.
Interesting. I find that interesting. You want to
Yes.
say, do you have any advice for, moms out there and for those who are trying to find that well, I'm not saying perfect, but that balanced schedule or trying to find that sleeping pattern?
I just want to say, don't give up on it. Even when your kids are little, it can be more difficult, but don't give up on it. Continue to make it a priority, and not something that you think is a luxury, because it really not only helps you feel better, but you have better relationships with everybody around you because you're in a better mood. You're doing better for everyone.
Right, definitely.
Awesome. Any more questions for Robin, gentlemen, or comment?
Um, I just want to say thanks for the sleeping tips. I'll definitely look into that because for me, I've been having this problem for years now, and I don't know how to like sleep properly at night. So I'll be up like for 3, 4 hours, and I feel so rested. I don't think I need any more sleep after. So I just want to say thanks for your tips and stuff.
Thank you. I hope they helped you, because yeah, you definitely need to get more sleep than 4 hours a night.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, here's a question from social media. It was sent to me via personal messenger. So the person says, lovely interview. I have a newborn baby and she's up and about all night, as in wee hours in the morning, breastfeeding and so forth. It's kind of hard for me to get back to sleep when she's really quiet. How do I solve this?
Oh, I hear you. Like I said, I had 4 kids, breastfed them all, so I know what those sleepless nights are like. If you can sleep when the baby sleeps, do it. I mean, anywhere you can fit in some extra sleep. I know this, when they're babies, you're not going to get those 7 to 9 hours.
Mm,
But do the other things that help with the sleep. So getting in little naps if you have to, if you can. And making sure that you and baby get some daylight, because if the baby knows when it's daytime,
Yeah.
they're more
really?
likely to sleep
Whoa.
at night.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? How do they know? How do they know it's daylight? I mean,
Because they get them outside. Don't keep them inside all the time. Even if it's next to a window, if it's the weather's not good, let them get that sunlight so their circadian rhythm can, get on track, and they're not staying up all night and sleeping all day.
awesome. Awesome. Woo. There you have it, folks. Robynn Powers and all about sleep. She'll be back with us as we discuss all about weight loss, healthy eating, and so much more. Thank you, Robyn, for your time and your wealth of knowledge.
You're so welcome. Thank you for having me.